Updating text on your site is probably one of the easiest things to do on your site, so which is great because you typically text is one of the first things that you need to update regularly. So when I'm referring to the text, I mean your static pages, changing text on your static pages. So your static pages are typically in your menu up here. Anything in the blog will be discussed in a different video, but for now we're just going to talk about updating text in your static pages. So for example, your home page is a static page, your about page, etc. So let's say you want to change the text on the about page. So I'm going to go to that page and go ahead and click with edit with Elementor, have it open another tab. And once the page loads, you'll be in the editor, and to update the text for any of the sections, all you do is just click on any section where the text is for you to edit. So I click on here. You can either edit the text directly here in the editor, or you could do it on the left right here in the settings. So same thing here. You could see that this is the text, even the text for buttons. Whoops, I actually clicked the button. So let's click on edit here. And this one, the button here says meet us, and then it goes to the link on the bookmark on the page. So here's another more text. You just click on it and then you can edit the text. And that is pretty much it on editing text. Is you just simply click on it and it'll take you to that the editor for you to edit. And that's pretty much it. So one thing I almost forgot to mention is that let's say you want to edit text and you may want to customize some of the text that you're editing. For example, let's say in this paragraph right here, when you click on it and you highlight it, Elementor automatically gives you the option to bold, underline, or italicize, or even add a link for that particular text that you just highlighted. So let's say you want to add a link, just click on that little link icon, and then you can insert your link right here. Make sure you insert the whole link with the HTTP, and then just click enter, and then it will update it. And so, and if you want to bold it, just click bold or whatever. And then you also have the option to edit here on the left in the text editor as well. Now, so some of the sections with text do not have the text editor. Like for example, this one is the title. Text is the title editor. It's not an actual text editor, but you can still edit your text. And if you want to customize it, you're going to have to put in a little bit of HTML. You know, let's say you want to make this here italicized. You'll have to know a little bit of HTML to add that. But you can also just highlight it in this section right here, and then you could just, instead of, if you don't know HTML, you can actually just edit it here in this section here on the right. So yep, that's pretty much it. When you want to edit text, you'll have the option to even add bullet point lists, numbered lists, links here. You can align it left to the right, to centered, to the left or to the right. You have all the options here, just similar to what the options that you have in a Word document. So that's pretty much it. Okay, there's something really important to consider when you are updating your text. So a lot of times, you know, it makes sense that you want to copy and paste from another source into, you know, your website. You know, whether it's a Word document from another website or just some other, you know, source outside of your website, and you want to copy and paste it into your site. Doing so, you have to be careful because sometimes copying pasting will include unwanted HTML tags or you know, malicious scripts or just something that doesn't need to be in your site. So I want to show an example of what it looked like and the best way to copy and paste text. So let's say we want to edit this page here. It's just the about page on my example site. Let's say I want to add some text right here. As you could see that there's two options on adding text or editing text is through visual here and then text. I recommend text because this wipes out any any unwanted HTML tags that may move over from copying and pasting. If you do it directly under visual, it may look okay, but then it may have a lot of unwanted tags. So let's take an example here. I'm just going to go to my website. I'm just going to pull a couple of some text here. I'm just going to, let's say I want to copy this text and put it here. Normally, you wouldn't do that anyway, just because when you copy and paste text from another website, that's illegal because that text is copyrighted. So you don't want to do that. But I'm just doing this as an example because this can happen too in Word documents or other sources that you're copying from. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with visual, and I'm going to go ahead and just paste it in here. And as you can see, it looks okay. Here, it looks fine, but then I'm going to click text. And you're going to see all of this extra code that it took from where I copied it from. And this is what we want to avoid. So when you edit text this way, when you copy it this way, it's going to create a really big mess, and you probably are wondering why it looks the way it does. Like, for example, you could see here, I copied it because it was from here, so that's why it looks a little funky. But here in visual, it looks okay. So what you want to do is go ahead and copy and paste it into text. So I'm going to delete all this, and then I'm going to paste that text that I copied into here. So it's, as you can see, it didn't take all those scripts. You do have to clean it up a little bit. That's just pretty normal. So I'm just adding, paragraphs here. And then, if you need to style it, then you could do so in here. Or you could go into visual and style it from here. So you could, highlight and bold and this. I want to bold that. Where is that? It's right here. Yeah. And yeah, that's what I recommend, is that when you're copying and pasting, paste it into text so you don't move all of that unwanted scripts, and then style it directly in here manually. So that is the best way to copy and paste text from another source. And keep in mind that this also applies to blog posts. So we go back into the blog post. So you most likely do not use Elementor to update blog posts. So I'm going to just do something really quick here. Go to post, and it's the same thing. You want to add new, and you still get the visual and the text editor option. So make sure you paste it into text, and that's pretty much it. Okay, there is one more thing that I'd like to share, and I like to call this the paragraph glitch. There's a little glitch within Elementor that is pretty much global, and everybody experiences this. So you might experience this, but it's an easy fix. So I just want to share with you what the glitch is. So let's go into this paragraph that we have here again, and we have it viewed in visual. Now let's say you were going into Elementor, or I'm sorry, into the text mode editor, and you were editing this way. So when I start editing, let's go in here, and I'll just put my cursor in here and add a space bar. You'll notice here on the right, visually, it's the paragraphs are now gone. So but in here it looks okay. So let me go ahead and just click update and look at the site on the front end, so you could see that the paragraphs are gone because we saved it with it looking like this. And that's an easy fix. All you have to do is just go into visual, go back into that visual tab, click inside, and maybe make a little change. I just put a space bar, and there you go. You have and you can delete the space bar, and then the paragraphs are back. And then when you save it, then it saves those paragraphs. So it's a really weird glitch. That's a little annoying, but it's easy to fix once you know how to do so. So we go back and we refresh, the paragraphs are back. So it's a little weird, but just keep that in mind when you're working with both visual and text.